Hey, what's going on? It's Mo Rose for Quirky Mommy, and today we're going quick and easy because honestly, I'm a working mom. I get home at 7 o'clock every night. Dinner better be on the table by 7:30. The kids better be ready to eat. Otherwise, bedtimes, we're gonna miss them. And honestly, doesn't mommy need her sleep? She does. Okay, so today we're going with quick and easy, and it's a very simple recipe. It's called a cheddar pepper scramble. You only need a few ingredients, although you can dial it up however you want. Getting creative is always fun in the kitchen. But we're gonna start with whole wheat pitas, okay? I got mine at Trader Joe's because I'm a Trader Joe's junkie, okay? Fresh spinach. Now I'm only making it for two just to make it simple, but half a cup of fresh spinach. We also need half of a red pepper and 4 eggs, okay? Now this is just what the recipe calls for, but you can get as creative as you want, as I mentioned. Also 2 ounces of shredded cheddar, and of course if you like a little spicier, why not go with the pepper jack? I mean, really kick it up a notch. Of course, if the kids are eating it, they might not be ready for the spicy foods yet, so maybe just go with a regular cheddar. Now, what you're also gonna need is a saute pan and some cooking spray. Okay, got mine. I'm gonna go grab that and spray it. Just get it hot. So I'm coming back for you guys. Hi. I was only gone for a second. It's okay. All right, so what we're gonna do is give your pan a quick spray. Now, I'm gonna go turn that up on low, okay? And let that heat up because then we're gonna cook our peppers in that. So we wanna make sure it at least is nice and hot before we throw the eggs in. So let me get this back on. There we go. Turn it up just a little bit. Okay, so I just wanna mention, I got this recipe off of Treehouse Table. Fantastic app, I love it because it is so easy. If you have allergies, if you just straight up don't like mushrooms, put it in the app and they will create recipes that fit your nutritional needs. Huge fan of it, and that's where I got this recipe today. Oh, and also they have a section that basically dials it in to say quick and easy, kid-friendly, seasonal. If you want to go with the those slow cooker recipes, everything is broken down. It just makes it foolproof, honestly. And that's exactly what I need, especially after a long day of work and then I'm running around in the kitchen. So we're only gonna use a half of a red pepper. I'm gonna cut this bad boy in half. And we wanna get the seeds out of it, so I'm just basically cutting the edges. See, trying to get a little amount of waste as possible, okay? There we go. I'm gonna rinse this out really quick. Now, I'm sorry, my kitchen isn't conducive to the videos, but I think we're gonna be able to make this work. So what I'm gonna do, and it says dice it. Now, I like dicing it, especially when you have little kids, because when they start to notice, let me turn down there we go, turn that down just a second. And start smelling it cooking already, and there's nothing on there, yikes. Okay, so I've noticed with kids and veggies, the bigger they are, the harder it is for them to, for you to sneak by and get them to eat their veggies. So if you dice it up into small pieces, then they don't notice it that much. And honestly, this recipe is so colorful. It's really pretty to look at. They might really actually like it, not noticing that I'm putting diced red pepper in it. Now for the grown-ups, if you like bigger chunks of your veggies, you can go ahead and julienne them or just make big chunky slices. But since it is going into a pita, it might just be easier because it's kind of like a scramble. You want it all to fit in without you taking a bite and then you've got this long piece of pepper sticking out. That's just something that I've noticed. I've made this a couple of times already. So I've got my half of a diced pepper, okay? Now I've cut it pretty coarsely, but I think it's going to work, and I'm going to slide this into my bowl. Okay, just got it in here. And now, that'll be really easy when you have it all separate and just ready to go. I've got my peppers in my bowl, and I've got my pan heated. So I'm gonna throw these in the pan. Oh, can you hear it sizzling? Yeah, and it smells so good. Man, and I know you're starving when you get home from work too, so it just, so aromatic. Now another thing, and the recipe calls for a pinch of salt and a pinch of pepper. Honestly, I'm not really much of a pincher. I just grind it in there. So just a couple of grinds of each. I'm gonna throw it over your red pepper just for flavor. If you like more salt and pepper, add more right at the end once you've added all of your veggies and your eggs, okay? We'll get to those eggs really quickly too. And this, again, is a very quick recipe. You can get in and out, get stuff on the table in about 10 to 15 minutes. So I'm giving it a little grind on each, shaking it up a little bit. And let me just show you and kind of see. I wish I had better lighting in here, sorry. But it's starting to glaze over just a little bit. And you just want them cooking through until they're just kind of soft. And so I'm gonna let those sit on the skillet just for a couple of minutes. And we're gonna dice up, or not dice, we're just going to coarsely chop up fresh spinach. Again, the smaller you make it, and once you put it on the heat, it's going to reduce in size. And so it'll just look like maybe a tablespoon or two, but I mean, to start with just a half a cup, looks like a lot, it's not gonna go too far. So I'm just kind of going over it with my chef knife, okay? I'm gonna throw that, there we go, in our bowl. How you doing? Following around? Listen, this is the great thing about the videos. If I'm going too fast, because I'm a little bit of a fast talker, you can just stop it, you know? And then also, if you're following along with the Treehouse Table app, everything's right there. The prep is just step by step. Honestly, foolproof. Love it. Let me go check on these peppers, see how they're doing. Woo! Man, it smells good. Oh, yeah. Check that out. I am loving this. Okay, so what we're going to do, I'm going to put that on there for maybe another minute. Let's crack our eggs and get this thing moving. Okay, so since this is only for 2 people, you only need 4 eggs. So let me just crack these. And something that I noticed, just kind of a fun, I don't know, fun fact. Instead of trying, you know how you're always worried about getting shells into your product? By hitting it on just a flat surface, it cracks it really easily and doesn't go inwards. Some people try to crack on the edge of something and then it pushes the eggshell in, and then you have more of a possibility of the eggshells breaking up. But just cracking on a flat surface just cracks it really easily, and I've just noticed way less eggshell problems when that happens. So quickly going through here, getting our 4 eggs, okay? This is fun, guys. Are you having a good time? Following along, am I making you hungry? All right, so I'm gonna get a fork and I'm gonna whisk this really quickly. Oh yeah, peppers are coming along just great. What's nice is that the pan is already hot. So as soon as we're done, there we go. As soon as we're done whisking this, you wanna know what, this might also be a fun time. If you want to add any more spices, again, as I mentioned, you know, this is with kids, a quick and easy kid-friendly recipe. You might want to not go too spicy with it, but if it's just you and your husband, you and your partner, why not go crazy? If you want to make it Southwest, you can throw some taco seasoning in it. Get creative, it's a fun part. Okay, I'm going to bring this over and I'll show you what's happening here. So we've got these sizzling. They are ready. They're nice and soft. I'm going to pour my egg, yeah, right over it. Just gonna let it sit. I don't know if you can kind of see. Got our egg mixture. I don't want to pour it all over. But what we're gonna do is let it sit on the stove. Let it cook just for about a minute. Kind of roll it around. And it's essentially, you're making scrambled eggs. You're just throwing some veggies in it, which I love. It's so good. Such a fun way to incorporate all of your veggies into your meal. And it's so colorful too. So while that's heating up, I'm gonna pour a little bit more of this spinach into the bowl. That's where our next move is. We're going to use a spatula and we're just going to move it around, essentially the scrambled eggs. I'm sure you've made it before. Let's see how this is doing. Yep, it's going fast. Yeah, because the pan was already hot. Alrighty. Let me show you what's happening here. Okay. Again, what we're going to do is just kind of like moving it to the center. Keep moving it to the center, okay? Oh, it smells so good. Oh, I love it. All right. It's honestly almost done. I'm going to throw it back on there maybe 30, 45 seconds. Let it heat up. Then we're going to throw our spinach in it. Toss it up just a little bit. Sprinkle with some cheese. Guys, we're almost done in almost under 10 minutes. Are you loving this recipe? It's fantastic. Yeah, we're only at 9 minutes. I feel like we can get out of here in under 11. I know, I'm sure you're starving. The kids are probably screaming in the background, Mom, where is dinner? Guys, 2 minutes away. We're almost there. All right, let me check on this one more time. Get our peanut, well, actually, let's get our pitas ready now. Okay, so what you're gonna do, these are kind of small, so we can use 2. Cut them in half. okay? There we go. All right, and then we're gonna throw our spinach in, okay? Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna pop it in, give it a little mix, okay? Woo! Oh my gosh. This is gorgeous. Look at that. All going into a whole wheat pita. And think about how healthy this is gonna be. Got your whole wheat pita, got a couple of veggies in here. And again, as I mentioned, you can dial it up as much as you want. You wanna throw some onions, some chives, some green onions. Oh, that would be delicious. I'm a red onion junkie. They're so, oh, how about garlic? See, the more potent things are, honestly, the more I like it. But basically, the more people are gonna wanna stay away from me after I eat it, the more I'm gonna like it. Not that I don't like people, but I just like garlic a whole lot. All right, so look at that. Easy as that. Let's throw 2 ounces of cheddar right over the top, okay? I'm just gonna use my hands because I just kind of like an extra, oh, if there's just an extra bit of cheese in there, oh, it happens. And it's delicious. Okay, so when it's nice and hot, you're throwing that cheese in there, oh my gosh. And it melts so quickly into it and just kind of brings it all together. And here's another time where you can throw a little bit more salt on it. It's perfect. Now, let me get this guy over here, move it out of the way. Now it's time to plate. Are you so excited? Oh my gosh, I love it. Okay, so we've got our pitas. Gonna open them up very carefully. These are very tiny and very delicate, so just gotta be very careful with it. But here you go. Let's see. Just kind of stuff it in. Oh my gosh. Check that out. Hold on. Oh. This is so healthy and so good. You know, minus the cheese. No, cheese is good for you. Cheese is good to have in your diet. But it's just colorful and wonderful. Look at that. A cheddar pepper scramble in less than 12 minutes. Love it, yay! So make sure you download that Treehouse Table app. It is seriously a lifesaver. You're gonna love it, the kids are gonna love it. Can't wait to make the next recipe for you. See you later.